In the old days, old Mr. Moonface was constipated on a sock drawer stuffed full of dreamers. Reads the land with lake of ice eyes. Oh, eyes by eyes flare like fire and snow. The feathers by degrees lose the sound of sitting wind. Quickest trip to lonely, I guess, is eating heads. Guess is eating heads. Monogamous diarist of skull, that's a mouthful. Finger that pellet out, playing Wordsworth. The sharps there, the skull there, the burped world wool tight around the fur. The bones surprising, the gullet spun, fur just as tame as the docile to rules. To the touch as a broke down smear color spoken to wind, and I quote, tall den to stand in, will small birds bird up begin. Death is white and free for few. Chicken heads, baby duck heads, hare heads, where? Not it, the chopping block, not that chicken whack neck hatchet hanging on a nail from the pine. No yellow inward, neck meat goo. No vermilion spouting bird, gone slash wean ye, 17-year-olds. Nursemaids shan't take ye for a calcium twirl, a spall, a second hand. Nasty sex in a pile of laundry coins, spinning holy preceptor scarab parrots, leaky port to run into spurt, some magical downhill magnetism to earth. Anyway, the feet too light to make a quit with carry. By now you get what I would not be present for, pressing mine face into the hanging shirts on the rack until the buttons hurt me. So it goes with the sensitive of eyes to jelly cysts sent north by the heart when the cluck hatchet is clean as a 1959 top 40 hit, when the whack-em-off stump block C has no fresh pine sap up swelling from a chop mark chit dive, oozy and pooling to mix with and brown out a darker redder, with the people all crazy, if anything, of hunger for anything they've raised to wait around for death by the hand that feeds ya. Heedless walk these, limp headless to the swamp to throw some evil in it. To it, who barely crack the egg of the eye to look right, to peeper whisk the snow's gray lips. It's right sense, right to martin or weasel posit, but, well, no, nothing landy seemed try to drag, says the punctualist butcher paper, clean crusts of dandelion fluff-esque snow. For the kids, this coif translation, wise owl, big head, ho ho, you're lonely as a hole, no trump druck to prig in, or turn your head all the way, for the stranger has a metal pee-pee. It's cutting edge like fire, or eyes as crinkle billow bags, the proverbial kid in the bubble. Touch him once and he'll be dying or dead. Oh, owl, like a bunch of old flapper hats thrown at a church sign, at a buffet belly somewhere, lordy, uno, pliant, bookshelf folding in. Sing it with me. Lullaby, gauze, scent, wisdom, cannibalism, every oh and hoot, hunted head, swallowed brain box, just think, fluoresces, ingenious, mechanically, that guy, you know him, what can throw the ball neat and tight, could clip the urine fin off, whose hand through his own hair lakes a score. Power bale, opera got milk through the vague governmental vents meant to crawl to save. Day malicious is the promise of the networked world. Bruce and Bruce, takers, beggars, chew lures. He was the Camaro vampire. Gassed, he sat on the bench and drank sugar water, the padding for his hips bumping out of his gleaming touchdown breeches like joke foam commandment tabs. Yawned, fiddled with the radio while they blew him, spoke thick, not light stones at mud. Man, that truckle frick of froth through that was boring as the outside of a fridge on National Go-to-Town Magnet Day. Still, they threw themselves on him still. Baby, it was all in his bull calf leg and those walnut eyes borrowed from animals full of teeth for breaking other animals did really, mighty really get and taken hard. Also the dweeb, the kick me paper tacked to his ass kick lack pant chancery did swear on a stack of blur goat pics of Gagan weevils. 2 hot pants with Mr. Whoosh whoosh hey hey. Wasn't anything, not dead, didn't chum with that sneak captain of the soundless Zoom. The demented kid ate snot in his spaghetti at lunch, shared love your notes, everybody's lover out of metal hangers and the ouchie lightning porn. The gal with the fruit gum whose wrists were flammable. The gal and guy who won every spelling bee looked like they combed their hair with kittens. For that's one fellow, tell it by his slant hat and candy wrapper eyes, lives down on Seeing Street. Even the bus driver, up since 4 for milking cows, so now leaning on a pine to care for and protect his wind. Hear the pine slough click is working the temperature of a word toothpick through his front row. Man, how that mini timber dances, frisks, freaks, dances, loved to jabber engines, loves to lean into the waist on a car on a Saturday before noon when the grass is wet and the world is filled with gorgeous excuses for stillness with owl. For stillness with owl. For stillness with owl.